There's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Thank you, Chevy, for that inspirational and apropos song, Lean on Me. It is indeed the theme of today's proceeding. Good afternoon and happy Mother's Day. We would like to welcome you to the 2018 Multicultural Stoling Ceremony for the College of Wooster. I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Cynthia Palmer, Professor of Spanish.
And I'd like to introduce to you Ray Tucker, Director of the Wellness Center. Thank you. We are honored to serve as the Masters of Ceremony for this special event that gives our graduating seniors cultural recognition in the form of their stole and the opportunity to acknowledge individuals who have provided support on the journey to their degrees.
We would like to extend thanks to President Bolton, Dr. Scott Brown, Dean of Students, Angela Johnston, Chief of Staff and Secretary of the College, Ellen Faldudo, Chief Information and Planning Officer, Dr. Brian Carazia, Dean of Curriculum and Academic Engagement, and Dr. Carolyn Newton, Provost, for sharing this moment with the graduating seniors, their friends, and family.
We would also like to extend a deep appreciation to our dining services, custodial staff, service center, transportation, and IT departments for being the hidden heroes of this senior weekend and graduation. Now, and now we would like to invite President Sarah Bolton to the stage for a few words. President Bolton.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to McGaw Chapel and to the College of Wooster for this wonderful celebration, and congratulations to the class of 2018. It is a real honor and a tremendous pleasure for me to welcome you to this gathering because we get to celebrate these remarkable graduates. The students who are gathered here today have achieved tremendous things. And as you know, they come from communities all over the world, and they have been absolutely crucial members of our community here in Wooster, Ohio. So it's marvelous for us to have the chance to honor them this weekend and to cheer them on to the futures that they will create. The 4 years over which these graduates have been here have been turbulent ones, nationally and internationally, and those complex times continue. And part of that turbulence has been a kind of questioning of the importance of diversity, of equity, and of the welcome of all people. And we've seen that happen in so many places across the country and around the world. So I'd like to take this moment to make something clear. The diversity of the Wooster community, of whom these marvelous graduates are a part, and of whom you all are a part, is our rock, and it is our greatest strength. It is what allows us to learn deeply, to think creatively, and to lead ethically. In fact, it is the compass by which we face injustice and can navigate towards a more just world. We can only be the college we aspire to be, a college that provides a superb education, a college that changes lives, if we are made up of many voices, with a wide variety of faiths and nationalities, languages and histories, experiences and perspectives, identities, ethnicities, and traditions. That is not just nice, it is necessary. And we can only be the college we aspire to be if we provide an excellent and an equitable experience for each member of our community, for every one of our students. And we know that we have a distance yet to travel before we meet that goal. And so I am immensely grateful to all of those here, our students, our staff, our faculty, our parents, and our alumni who are helping us to travel that road through your work, through your passion, and through your insight. Through this diverse community of learners who together make meaning of everything from ancient texts to religious ideas, to new experiments, to the current events of the world here on our campus and all across the globe, we create sacred and powerful opportunities for great work, both here on campus and far beyond it. The individual and collective contributions of the students that we honor here today are remarkable. They are scholars and musicians, they are artists and poets and leaders, they are athletes and activists and partners, and of course, they are friends. In fact, most of these students have done almost all of those things, which is part of what makes them so amazing. We are going to miss you, these students, so much next year and in the years to come, but we'll be heartened by the knowledge that you are out in the world doing work that is so important, and that as you go, you'll take a little bit of Wooster with you. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you, President Bolton, for those heartfelt remarks. For 13 years, Sandeep has been the president of OHM Consulting Group in the Cleveland-Akron area. His journey through Wooster started in 1985. Via India, Sandeep graduated from the college with a bachelor in economics in 1989. Sandeep has worked in the consulting industry for his entire career, but credits Wooster as an important component to his success. He even says he got his first job with the assistance of a college professor. Sandeep served on the alumni board for 3 years in the early 2000s, and then came back to the alumni board as an alumni trustee from 2009 to 2015. He often helps with admissions and alumni events in Cleveland and has participated in an international student host family program. Here is our alumni speaker. Please welcome Sandeep Bhatia.
Little nerve-wracking. I don't usually speak into a microphone at work. I just yell. So, Ari back there, can you hear me? think he's saying it's good. Okay, good. So following President Bolton is not the easiest thing to do, but I'll do it. I have 6 pages here, and I'm mostly going to read. They're in pretty big font, don't worry. I have 10 minutes, I'm told. So I see a lot of friendly faces, and that's great for me. And I see a lot of friendly faces here, which is also great. So thank you for having me. When David asked me to come and speak here, I paused to think about what this space means for me as an individual, and how whenever I come back here, I'm inspired, always, whether I'm inspired by Professor Molodina, only because I'm listening to, the Trans-Global Collective Groove thing on Sundays or Saturday afternoons, or whether I'm listening to his students talk about their experience in the Global Social Entrepreneurship Program, right? Or if I'm listening to our host student, Ruben, who's sitting there, who graduated last year. Hey, Ruben. It's interesting. You know, you could go down to Apex and see 18, 19, 20-year-olds like these kids here figure out what they're going to do that summer, figure out what they're going to do with their lives. And that, to me, as a 50-year-old, is inspiring, it's refreshing, and it's almost a little scary, because you go back and you say, well, what am I doing? Look at these kids. They are going to change the world, and you are going to change the world, okay? So, and I thought more about, well, I have 10 minutes, what am I going to do? And I thought about all the people I've known through Wooster in my almost 30 years since I first came to Wooster, well, 34 years since I came to Wooster. Not just all the all-star names you see on the plaques outside Lowry or at Cowk or outside the Scott Center, and all the names of the very generous people who give of their time and talents and their wealth to Wooster, for you and for me. I thought about all the other people, the stars still, who every day change something in their community, whether it's in Cleveland, whether it's in Worcester, whether it's in Zambia or Ghana or somewhere else in the world. And I thought about those people, and I thought I would talk about them, some of my friends. Some of them are in this room, some of them, most of them know that I'm going to talk about them because I had to get their permission, okay? So I share today the stories of these alumni with you so that you may be inspired by them as you go out into the world. I'm going to start with Christabel Dadzi, class of 2004, from Ghana. You know her well. Many of you know her well. Christabel was very active here, like many of you, in student government. She went on to Columbia. I think I have my facts right. She worked in international development and public policy, and then decided to move back to Ghana and works for the World Bank there. She works on social protection and youth employment, words that I don't come across or do in my life every day, but I know they are important. In her spare time, she started an organization known as the Diaspora Young Professionals with maybe a couple of dozen people. And now it's up to 1,800 people being supported. So it supports young people who have professionals who have come back to Ghana, have come back and decided they're going to invest their time and their lives in Ghana, like her. So that's what she's done in her spare time. A prime example of Wooster, reaching out into the world and doing the things all over the world. The next person I want to tell you about is in the room. Amit Tibrewal is right back there. Hey, Amit. Amit lives with his wife and kids. Well, his kids are in college now. But he lives in Calcutta across the street from where I grew up. And he, along with other alumni leaders in India, help with admissions, help with alumni events, whether it's hosting Scots in Service, whether it's hosting President Cornwall when he went to India, or whether it's helping with admissions efforts. A small way to do something from 7,000 miles away, once a month, or once a quarter, or once a year. Thank you, Amit, for doing that. So we all have memories about when we went to college. And one of my most vivid memories, I'm not going to say it was my pivotal moment, but one of my vivid memories was the Galpin takeover in my senior year, April 1989. There were a lot of emotions at play for me and for many of us in the community that day and that spring and that year. The three words that I think of for the feelings I had are frustration, fear, and excitement. SNAP, which is the nickname for Ken Aldridge, who is back there. Ken, where are you? There you go. Ken Aldridge, class of 90, he's here today in his capacity as the president of the Alumni Association, and he will welcome each of you tomorrow at about 10:30, 11. He says in 3 minutes, because that's all he has. He's going to welcome you to the Alumni Association tomorrow. He was one of the campus leaders when he was here from 86 to 90 or 87 to 91, somewhere in that time frame. He and his wife have continued to do that work in Philadelphia and in Delaware, where he is head of Wilmington Friends School. And his son, Andrew, continues that legacy today, and I think will be sitting at this stage a year from today. So, an example of another fine example of Wooster, another fine example to inspire me and, of course, to inspire you. And as you know, this year in January, students again advocated for underrepresented voices with the Galpin call-in. One of those students is Grace Williams. She's the daughter of friends from Shaker, where I live, from our church, of Tracy and Reggie. And she was part of Galpin call-in. I think Grace, you will agree with me, is simply following the example of Ken and others, and her parents and her grandmother in Cleveland. And they are an inspiration to me. Grace, will you come up here, please? I'm giving her something I've had for a while that I don't need.
Oh. Wow.
So when...
You're welcome. Thank you.
So about, was it 3 years ago? No, 4 years ago, the 25-year anniversary, Ken and others, with the help of many people sitting in the front there, organized a reunion. And I was not part of the Galpin takeover. I just happened to be on campus when that happened. I was not part of the reunion committee or any of that celebration. I was fortunate to get a t-shirt, which I think Grace should wear instead of me. And I know many of you, not just Grace, took part in the call-in, and I know you will remember that experience as you go beyond this campus. And thank you for doing that. You might be thinking or saying to yourself, well, of course, these are obvious examples. I've got an African-American student there, alum there. I've got an international student. I've got Christabel from Ghana. Well, yeah, they should be doing this, right? This makes sense. You might be saying, they're like us. They are the usual suspects when it comes to advocacy. This is the work I should be doing in my community. This is the work they should have done in their community. It is natural for them to do that. They owe it to themselves. They owe it to their communities. And I would say to you, yes, all that is true. I would also say to you that it takes more than just Ken doing what needs to be done. Right? For some of us, or for some of the people, I'll talk about two more people, it's very different. It's very difficult. It's more complicated for them. And I'm not saying it's not complicated for Ken. I keep picking on Ken because he's right there, and I know him. But they're working outside their natural sphere, and that inspires me. I'll give you two examples. The first one is Frances Miller, class of 1990, sorry, I'm 89. Francis is a Presbyterian minister in Cleveland. At Wooster, he lived in Dream House for 3 of his 4 years, which was started by Nick Young and David Moretti. And if you met Nick and David, you couldn't find two people that looked very different from each other. Nick is an athlete, David is not. And they look very different. They're very different people. But Nick and David, as Francis tells the story, had this dream, this experiment they wanted to do of how it would be for students from different backgrounds to live together and learn from each other in a, we didn't use the word in those days, multicultural. I don't think we used that word in those days. Francis has fond memories of many experiences and revelations about cultural differences and stereotypes from living in that house, and preferences, including what type of parties different sorts of students were expected to have or wanted to have when you lived in a small program house at the edge of campus. I think you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, that's also good. So Francis credits Wooster and Dream House in influencing him to recognize his privilege and his research on his IS. And the topic of his IS was the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Portrait of a Prophet. Let's fast forward 20 years. One of the members of Francis's congregation, Isaac Mona, goes back to Liberia, where he hasn't been for many years because of a civil war. He was a refugee, displaced in Liberia. He goes back to his village and sees that the same problem exists that existed when he was a child, when he left. No education for villages, for his village. So Isaac and Francis and others in Cleveland at their church at Noble Road Presbyterian decide they're going to launch a school. They get the local leaders to donate 150 acres of land, and the school is formed. It's called, and I'm probably going to pronounce it incorrectly, the Dugby River Presbyterian School. It's now funded by and supported by the Western Reserve Presbytery in Cleveland. And Francis's tradition will live on at Wooster when his daughter, and Celinda, his wife's daughter, Lillian, joins Wooster next fall and graduates in 4 years. Not a multicultural person in your strictest definition of the word, but still. One more example, and then I have one more after that, and I will leave. Lauren Gillis, class of, I think, 2013, recently finished her 27-month stint in the Peace Corps in Zambia, where she works on issues of public health, food security or food insecurity, and sustainable agriculture, continuing a long list of history, a long history of Wooster alumni in the Peace Corps. Before that, she worked at the Carter Center in Kathmandu and in Nepal. These are her words. Wooster promoted the value of global citizenship throughout my career. Both my professors and classmates showed an interest and engagement in international affairs and the importance of understanding and appreciating diversity in many respects, including different cultures. Francis and Lauren didn't come to Wooster as international or multicultural students in the traditional definition of those words, but they are no less inspiring in the work they do. I think you can tell now that I am inspired by you, by many Wooster alumni doing work globally and in our communities locally, whether it's in Cleveland or in Ghana. And I want to assure you, in case you think I'm talking about these old people, that you don't have to be 30 or 40 or 50 years old to do something to make a difference. And that'll give you, and you don't have to go to the Peace Corps to make a difference either. So this is my last example. Many of you may know him, Chadwick Smith, from the class of 2017. I see some heads nodding. He was a Posse Foundation Scholar from Atlanta. Chadwick is inspiring to me and to us for speaking his truth at Wooster. And now he's participating in Teach for America in Dallas, where he teaches history to 7th graders, while he's working in his master's in education at SMU, Southern Methodist, towards his eventual goal to go to divinity school and work on a college campus. maybe even Wooster. Right, Ray? He could come back here? Maybe. He could come back here, maybe. So I see inspiration in everybody who sits at this stage today. We will be watching you. I will be watching you from afar. We will be watching you and cheering you on as you do your bit in the world, whether it's in Atlanta or Vietnam or New York City or even back here in Worcester. This weekend is full of many emotions for you and your families. For many, it will be a whirlwind. You will not remember many of the things that, most of the things I said, but many of the things that are happening this weekend. But as you go out of this place and look back in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, I think many of you will realize, as I do, that this is a special place. That this is your place. That this place made a difference for you. And that you are going to make a difference. You've made a difference here, and that you have a role to play in the world and back here also at Wooster. So that is my alumni charge, and thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sandeep, for those encouraging words. And now, the time we all have come for, the multicultural stolen. We will introduce the student participants, the stolers who will be placing the stole around the student's neck. And then we will read a few brief words that were supplied by the student about their stoler.
Okay. First up, Aaron Roberson and stoler Kayla Campbell. Aaron's words, I've never been one to place my stress on another person, so I rarely share all the things that are going on in my life and the challenges I'm facing. But Kayla, especially this final year, you had a front seat to it all. When nothing seemed to go right, you were my rock that I needed to support and keep pushing me forward. Thank you.
Oki, Tanai Sherelle, and Marquette Sherelle Stoller. Hello, my name is Oki Sherelle. The person I chose to be my stoler is my father, Marquette Sherelle. Words can't even explain the amount of love and appreciation I have for my father. He's been my biggest supporter throughout my whole life. My father is the first man I ever loved. He is my hero.
Welcome Alex Gordon and Otis Gordon. My father, Otis Gordon, has been my biggest fan since the day I was born. I've always struggled with my identity, and he's always been there to help me understand myself, where I come from, and how to speak up for what I believe in. Academically, socially, and politically, he has and will always be there for me.
Alondra Correa. Stoler Maria Correa. I am a strong woman because a strong woman raised me. To my beautiful mother, You've taught me everything I know, and you have raised me to be a strong, independent woman. Thank you for being my advice giver, problem solver, supporter throughout my college experience. You are extremely loved and appreciated. Love, Alondra.
Anushka Misra and Stoller Amiaz Moladina. I would like to thank Dr. Amiaz A. Moladina for his unwavering support and confidence in my abilities. Thank you for inspiring me to aim higher, be better, and for believing in me when I did not believe in myself. You have shaped these past 4 years in ways I cannot begin to thank you enough for.
Aisha Beasley, Stoller's Marsha Beasley, and Nicole Beasley. Mommy and Nicole, thank you both for being the strongest women I know. This has been a terrible year for all of us after Daddy passed away, and I want to thank you for your encouraging me to persevere and encouraging me to pursue a great job in Louisiana, even though I'll be 1,000 miles away from you. I love you both.
Avi Vapaye and Dr. John F. Lindner. I already knew I wanted to become a physicist before I met Dr. Lindner. However, what I've learned from Dr. Lindner is much more than physics. He's helped me understand the type of person I want to be. I cannot thank Dr. Lindner enough for being such an amazing mentor and a friend to me and countless others.
Axel Nunes, Jonathan Getz. Thank you for everything you've done for me in the past 3 years. Your advice and support were really needed and deeply appreciated. Whether I needed help with academics or just needed to vent, your door was always open. You always welcomed me in. You pushed me to go further when I was struggling. Thank you.
Welcome, Bird Jackson and Jacan Watson. Ja has been the first face of Bird's Wooster career and a true champion, advisor, and soulmate throughout 4 years of undergraduate study. Bird has used the line, "I am the last of giants," referencing the long-past culture of poetry on Wooster's campus, and Ja's presence has been a consistent reminder of that power.
Blair Bosley and Regina Howard. My grandmother's impact on my life has always pushed me to be successful. From her recounts of her involvement in SNCC during the Civil Rights Movement to her survival of breast cancer, she has always shown me what it means to be strong.
Brandy Jane Clark and Stoller, and Professor Margaret Ng. For the past 4 years, Professor Ng's guidance and support has kept me on my path to success. She consistently encouraged me to exceed my own expectations. When I was at my lowest and felt I was completely alone on this campus, she opened up her home. Professor, thank you for everything. I am beyond grateful.
Chandler Twyman, Whiffy Harris. This woman has been the backbone of my strength and support system from the moment I came into this world. There are not enough words that can describe and encapsulate all she has done for me. Every award I receive is just as much hers as it is mine. I dedicate this stole to my mother, Whiffy Harris.
And now you're up. Okay. Chavez Eccles and Stoller Ray Tucker. I would like to thank Ray for not only being a person I look up to, but someone who helped me through the most difficult time in my life. Without his guidance and insight, I wouldn't be the person I am today. You are appreciated. You missed one.
Cheyenne McQueen and Tiffany McQueen. Dear Mom, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for being as strong as you've been all this time. Thank you for never giving up on me or yourself. You have impacted my life more than anyone else on this planet, and that's why I attribute my success in life to you. We are a team, and we always will be. Mama, we made it.
Claire Vu and Professor James Burnell. Professor Burnell has done a wonderful job in guiding and assisting me since the first class I had with him 3 years ago. Professor Burnell contributes a great part to my academic achievement, which I am very grateful about. I would never have come this far without his kindness, wise words, and constant support.
Clark Martin and Jill Martin. Jill, from telling me to get back to work when my computer crashed in the middle of a 12-page paper, being down to talk at 1 a.m. when I'm having a midlife crisis in the library, to providing real advice on how to embody my black girl magic. I couldn't have done these 4 years without you, and I love you so much. We made it.
Darius Jones and Calandria Smith. Every accomplishment I have achieved, it's been in efforts to make my mother proud and become the man she worked so hard to raise. She has sacrificed so much to see me this far along in life. We don't agree on it all, but I know there's no one that has my back, front, and side like my mother. Thank you, Ma. I love you.
Felicia Michelle Williams Stoller, Carolyn Buxton. My Wooster experience has been challenging, and persevering and preserving who I am as a Black woman, holding myself against the pressures of constantly doubting my abilities. Yet Dean Buxton and Kayla Campbell are amazing women who gave me the opportunity to see another side of Wooster, one that preserves the value of the Black student's experience.
Frankie Shu Ishu and Wang Hong. Mom, I would not be standing here without your unconditional love and support since the moment you gave me life. You are my backbone, and I am forever indebted to your unwavering commitment in my education. It means the world to me that you are here by my side as I commence another chapter of my life. Thank you.
Freya Wu Stola Nanzhang. I appreciate all the supports he gave me, all the conversations we had, and all the good times he shared with me.
Grace Williams and Stoller Tracy Williams. Throughout my college career, I have always looked up to my mother. She has given me strength, wisdom, and love as I grew more into the person I aspire to become. I've chosen this beautiful woman because she's shown me that I can overcome anything. Mom, thank you for being both my role model and best friend. I love you.
Han Pham. Stoller Hong Nguyen. To my mom, thank you so much for making that initial sacrifice of leaving your home and moving to the U.S. so that I could grow up and reach for bigger and better opportunities. Thank you for all the days you woke up at 4 a.m. to go to work, came home, and still made dinner. Your resilience, perseverance, drive, and love is inspirational.
Jeremy Miller, Paul and Jean Miller. I would not be anywhere near the man I am today without the endless love and support given to me by my parents. I could not have asked for better role models, mentors, and guides. I want to thank them for believing in me and for everything that they've done to get me to this point.
Jerry Altamar, Stoller Harriet Fisher. Thank you for always being there for my family. I still remember the first time we met when I was a young boy learning to swim under your guidance. And now I'm still that young boy, but graduating from college with a little bit more facial hair and knowledge. I am blessed to have you in my life. You have a place in my heart.
Jesse Anjali Broadley Boyman and Stoller Allison Schmidt. Since the first semester of my freshman year, Professor Schmidt has given me valuable help and advice that has allowed me to grow personally and academically.
Ginny Ha, Dr. Matthew Crane, Stoller. Dr. Crane, I am grateful to have known you as my advisor, my professor. My passion for politics grew immensely after I took human rights and wrongs and into IR with Dr. Crane in my first year. I would not have been a political science major if it weren't for you. Thank you so much for everything you have taught me.
Joseph Gonzalez and Christina Anco. Coming to a predominantly white institution in Ohio was never easy. Christina brought a sense of family that I needed during my most challenging moments in Wooster. I consider her to be my ate, which means older sister in Tagalog. We would always talk about Filipino culture, and I always felt affirmed by her very presence.
Kat Buckler, Barbara Thallamore, and Matea Paveskovic, Stollers. Dr. Thallamore has been integral to my success, and I can't thank her enough for her support. Maddie is my first and best friend at Wooster. Together we've navigated and excelled in a foreign country. Although we'll be on different continents, never forget our goal of co-authoring as Dr. Paveskovic and Dr. Buckler. Thank you for simply being.
Kevante Weekly and Latonia Taylor. My mother is the key to my success in the way that she allowed me to decide which doors to open that led us both to this stage. My life would be less than halved had she not been present and raised me to fight for myself and my ideas. The challenges we've overcome, we've done so with grace and confidence. Thank you. I love you.
Kwabina Ampansa, Peter Abramo,
I think it's
Stoller. Did I skip? Professor Abramo, thank you for everything you've done for me over these past 4 years. Meeting you drastically changed my trajectory here at Wooster. You mentored me throughout these 4 years and pushed my thinking. I admire your persistence and drive to go beyond. I am eternally grateful for all your guidance.
Kamal Mezbani and Joyce Hiker Stoller. Joyce, you have played such an integral role in my life in these past 4 years. With my family thousands of miles away, you've been my greatest support system. I cannot ever thank you enough or repay you for your generosity, unconditional love, and selflessness. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Love, your daughter. Kyle Nguyen and Professor Paul Edmiston. This is my advisor, Dr. Edmiston. To me, Dr. E is not only a passionate scientist, for he is also a patient mentor and confidant. His wisdom and counsel were invaluable when I went through the toughest moments deciding my future. I am grateful for his mentorship and look forward to our friendship long after my graduation.
Lengo Sachizia, Stolers Kachinga Sachizia, Veronica Sankutu Sachizia. There are no better words to use today than thank you. Thank you, Dad and Mom, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to chase my dream. Thank you for believing in me and supporting every step of the way. I am so glad I have you both here with me witnessing my graduation. This one is for you.
Mansi Kumar and Professor Brooke Krause. It feels strange to realize that I've only known Dr. Krause for slightly over a year, given that the impact her expertise and knowledge has had on my academic performance and self-confidence as a female economist have been so tremendous. Thank you, Dr. Krause, for your encouragement, for being a friend, mentor, and teacher.
Maria Sino, Stolers, Christina Ancog, and Jack Healy. Christina and Jack welcomed me into their lives my junior year as I was figuring out my identity and place on campus and in the world. They never doubted any of my dreams or aspirations and only showed support for everything. Their loving and caring personalities nurtured everyone around them, including myself.
Maria Atala and Luis Atala. Thanks for always being there for everything I ever needed. You inspired me with your perseverance and helped me navigate college. Throughout every step of my life, you've been my best friend, and I know you're always one call or text away. Also, thanks for preventing me from picking between mom and dad. Love you, Willis.
Marina Diaz Lucina Adams. Stolers, Raquel de Silvia Diaz and Luis Ignacio Lucina Adams. There is not 1 ounce of my success that I do not owe to my parents. You held strong when I needed you with me, and even stronger when I decided it was time for me to leave. Mom, this Mother's Day, thank you for never letting me forget what an incredibly strong, kind, and brilliant woman looks like. I love you both.
Martinique, Vivian, Eddie, and Barbara Thallamore. Barbara Thallamore has continuously showed me encouragement and support throughout my 4 years at Wooster as my advisor. I would like to thank her for all she has done to help me get to this point.
Matea Paveshkovic. Stolers, Tatiana Paveshkovic and Kat Bachler. Katie is my bestie, and we bonded over our shared Europeanness, unique humor, and academic passion. As she returns to the homelands, I'm certain we will continue growing together. My mom is a source of resolute support. With my dad, she taught me curiosity and passion for learning, and I admire her smarts and humor. Thank you, Mom.
Meg Ito and Jill Monroe Stoller. Jill has fostered an environment for me in which I felt comfortable challenging myself to reach new heights. I hope she understands that I owe my successes to her, because I wouldn't be the person that I am today without her willingness to believe in and care for me. Distance might separate us, but she will always be family.
Melanie Lee, Stoller Denise Bostorff. Dr. Bostorff's relentless commitment to educating students and excellent teaching extends my outlook on the communication fields in life. Because of this, she was not just my professor, but also a mentor who enriched my understanding on life. I am lucky to be amongst the many students who have received her guidance.
Mayonez Goodwin and Michelle Goodwin Stoller. The woman I would like to be my Stoller is my mother, Michelle Goodwin. She acquires great wisdom, perseverance, and beauty. The values she's instilled in me have pushed me to follow my dreams and to remember my worth. I'm blessed to have her as a strong force of love, support, and guidance in my life. Mommy, I love you.
Minerva Verarasaga Serrano. Stoller, Manuel Verasaga. The greatest lesson I've learned have come from my father. He's taught me always to remain humble, to face my fears, and to fight for my dreams. The sense of pride in my roots that he installed in me has helped me never forget where I come from. Dad, all the sacrifices you made to get me here are now paying off.
Mahomet Njai, Bill Weiss, and Boya Njai. Bill, from the first time I set foot on this campus until now, you've never left me out of your sight. You were my #1 soccer fan and my biggest academic supporter. You were more than a mentor to me. You were my comfort. You always provided solutions and options to my problems. You were my best friend. You watched over me. God bless you.
Nancy Garzon and David Orta Stoller. Professor Orta has become a mentor for me and a great friend to lean on. He helped me a lot this year with my independent study and by being someone I could talk to about anything. Professor Orta is my role model and someone I look up to when I think about successful Latina people. Thank you so much for your friendship and mentorship.
Nikhil Tumalapalli and Stoller, Dr. Lisa Crothers. I want to use this chance to thank Dr. Lisa Crothers for being her wonderful self and letting some of that light shine on me over the years. You've been a great source of strength and positivity, both as a teacher and as a friend. Thank you for believing in me and guiding me to find faith where it felt bleak.
Nora Nguyen, Stoller, Dr. Gary Gilland. Dr. Gilland, working with you has been the best decision in my Wooster journey. Thank you for being my academic advisor and guiding me through the toughest moments of my senior year. I'm always grateful for the insights, patience, support, and subtle care that you've given me. I wish you a relaxing and joyous retirement ahead.
Yeah. Ronnie White and Stoller Jaquan Jack Watson. Jaquan has always been a ray of sunshine and positivity in my life. Without his guidance and unrelenting love, I would not be half the person I am today. He's encouraged me to be the blackest, queerest, most genuine me I can be, and I hope to one day facilitate the growth of someone else in the same way.
Sarah Onitska, Monette Davis, Stoller. Monet is one of my closest friends and has helped me grow throughout my time here. Not only has she been integral to my involvement with campus activism, having worked on multiple activist projects together, but she's also been a tremendous support during my toughest times. She truly inspires me to be a better person.
Sesi Wesuadin and Stoller Tobo Wesuadin. Dr. Tobo, class of 1990, you're the reason why I am standing here today. Because of all your hard work and sacrifices as a single mother, I am graduating and will be going on to become a medical doctor someday. I have continued your Wooster legacy, and I am grateful for all that you have done for me. Thank you, Mom.
Shirwani Varal, Stoller, Kent Killy. If it was not for Dr. Killy, I wouldn't have been a double major in mathematics and political science, and would have certainly missed one of the best parts of my journey at Wooster. He has been my inspiration to try new things, to challenge myself, and to care about the world around us. Thank you for being a wonderful mentor.
Trong Trin and father and mother Hien Trin and Hien Nguyen.
Special thanks to my family for being here today to witness my success and achievements in the past few years. I wouldn't be able to stand here today had it not been for your unconditional love and support, both financially and mentally. I hope that I can continue to grow into a person you guys would be proud of.
Tyler Munn and Charmaine Munn Stoller. To my beloved parents and #1 supporters, you have offered me endless opportunities at academic, social, and spiritual fulfillment. For that, I cannot thank you enough. My work is nothing but a reflection of yours, and rest assured I will continue to chase my goals under your example with tenacity and grace.
Wethika Ja, Mana Andadu Abajan, and Marina Ja Stoller. Here are the two people who believed in my dream enough to take all kinds of loans to make my 4 years at Wooster possible. I remember what Ma told me in that semester that I almost went on academic probation because of heartbreak. We are not filling our gas in our car so we can make your tuition. We believe in you. For that, I thank you.
Vincent Kyle Meredith and Minerva Vidarasaga Serrano Stoller.
Sandeep made it, so we're going to go with the original.
Throughout my 4 years at Wooster, Minerva has always pushed me to do my absolute best. She never fails to remind me of my endless capabilities and to be proud of where I came from. Cheers to us for making it to the finish line, Minerva. Te quiero mucho.
Rinda Trivedi, Dr. Deepa Sardama, Story. Dr. Deepa Sandharma is not only an excellent scholar of religion, but she is also a passionate educator. Taking Hinduism with her has undoubtedly granted me a strong academic background in the religious tradition, and perhaps more importantly, has given me a personal sense of fulfillment and comfort in my own Hindu roots.
V. Wu and Stoller Eleanor Mullins. Eleanor has been one of the most supportive friends I have had at the College of Wooster. She always has a warm heart, open arms, and open shoulders for me to lean on during my hard times. Without her, I would not have been able to remain sane during my senior year at the college.
Can we give one more hand for all our Stollers and Stollees? Congratulations to our seniors, their parents and family. Now we will have some closing words from a senior, graduating senior, and after those closing words, there will be a reception across the street in Freelander Theater. And now, would you please welcome Mimi Goodwin.
Okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. First, I would like to start off by saying congratulations to the class of 2018. In the words of Drake, y'all, we made it. It's over. That's the edited version. It is such a pleasure to be here with you all this afternoon and honor the many graduates that have made it and sit before me today. As I prepared this speech, I must admit I got a little emotional writing these words I convey to you all today. We have experienced so much at the College of Wooster. It is crazy to believe our time here has come to an end. I remember all of us coming in for orientation, taking our class picture, going to the arch, and even bragging about how good the food is at Lowry, when we know. But seriously, this moment here is more sentimental for me because I never saw myself graduating from college. I was so broke, I was scared to say the word college. I never saw myself in the position that I am in right now. However, I realized I was playing myself short. I was used to people saying, you can't do this, or you're better off doing something else instead. Unfortunately, I doubted myself and what I was capable of doing. I had listened to those naysayers because for me, and for a lot of us probably, it was easy for us, and college was just a far-fetched idea that we never thought of. We have all worked so hard to make today a remarkable moment, And we have stood before us the people that have supported us, our families, our mothers, our fathers, our siblings. You all have stood by us through some of the most challenging times and made many sacrifices for us to accomplish our goals. But to my mother, you are my rock. I simply want to say thank you. My mother took a chance with me coming to the school because she knew many of us, and like the world does not take chances on little black girls. The world does not appreciate who we are as human beings. And for me, being someone who has 3 strikes, I'm black, I'm queer, and I'm a woman, I had to remember who I was because the simple things in life can get lost in translation. We all have to remember who we are and what our identity means to us. You have to stop trying to plan for the future and simply live in the now. That is why this moment is so important for us as seniors at the college. We are the people who are changing the world. We look different, the things we do, how we help people, the communities we are a part of. We all create this space for others to look like us, be proud of who they are, their culture, their heritage. For instance, Women of Images has been the organization that has helped me since I've been on this campus. Men of Harambe, International Students Association, African Student Union, Proyecto Latina, Asia, and many more. Y'all are the definition of diversity. Just look at us. Look at the people around you right now. Let's acknowledge our beauty because no one can take our uniqueness away from us. Now, as many times as I've said, I can't wait to get off this campus and graduate. They ain't got no chicken spots out here. You know, this place has been our home for the last 4 years, and I want you all to remember that another class is coming in to take our spots. And the many faces that look like ours, we need to continue to help them as they progress into their own like us. I want our communities to continue fighting. This time belongs to us because we worked too damn hard to let it go unnoticed. As for someone who has struggled with her identity, you all have made it easy for me to survive here. Because after seeing you all today, it shows that no matter where we come from, state, city, country, we are all here for the same purpose. To acknowledge our hard work that we put in to reach this goal of walking across that stage tomorrow. We've earned this, so thank you all for attending the class of 2018 Multicultural Stoling Ceremony, and join us across the street for the desserts that they have at Freelander. Happy Mother's Day.